I figured I'd rather do this now than to do it early in the morning. But time is only mama. Let's get it. Shout out to the notification SWAT all the way up. And if you up and if you out, let me know what club you are at. You know, it's Club Law Nation time for your mind now, baby. Yup. Come on. They really say ain't no stream like a Law Nation stream. Maybe we can do it like this. Life like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Come on. So much drama. Come on. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2. Wait, what? Come on. All right. It's the late night hype. I should put my late night hype shirt on, baby. Appreciate everybody. Let me know if the audio's straight. Let me know if you guys can see me, feel me, and all of that great stuff. And well, not feel me though, you know. But you guys get what I'm saying. Ooh, sir. Ooh, sir. Ooh, wee, woosa, baby, woosa, woosa. Yeah. Well, let's talk about this one way or another. Law After Dark Uncut D'Angelo Brown from you, man. Come on, baby. Wait, what's up, man? Y'all come up with all type of names for me. Yes, indeed. Normally, right now, we'll be just not pulling up to the club, right? We'll be just not pulling up with the 2-for-1s or what have you, and you have your VIP section already sectioned off and stuff like that. Back in the days, yes, indeed. And then you probably parlay for a few seconds, and then you say, hey, we got the after party at this spot. Y'all know how it is. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening and watching and being part of this particular episode. Green Bay Packers, man, I'm not saying that we should accept a moral victory. You know what I'm saying? Like we lost. The Green Bay Packers look really damn good, though, against the 49ers. They look good. And one can argue that every 49er fan that saw the game last week, Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers, they were sitting there thinking like, man, this Green Bay Packers team, good Lord. Aaron Jones, my goodness, man. Jordan Love, my goodness. There were some throws in that game you would say to yourself, is that Aaron Rodgers Love? You know, he looked just like Aaron Rodgers, but I think that the game got in front of him a little bit. And it goes to show you the qualities of defensive plays play a major role. And the 49ers were able to be victorious. Salute to Greenlaw for doing his job. And shout out to the Laws or what have you. And earlier today, we also got a chance to see, I think everybody that already crowned him MVP, Lamar Jackson, do similar things to the Texans. And that score could be deceiving too. What was the final score for the Texans versus the Ravens? You know, technically, that game, before we go into more and more details, even though we sitting on the couch watching, right? Even those games, you can see that if it wasn't for a punt return, they could have only scored 3 or something like that. You know, it's something crazy. 34-10, so it could have been 34-3. Literally 34-3, you know. So football is exactly what Uncle Charles said, man. Uncle Charles right.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight. Everything gonna be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you if you win or lose. You know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday.
Yeah. So all 4 of the quarterbacks today that we got a chance to see from Lamar Jackson to CJ to Brock and to Jordan Love. Give them a round of applause, man. They did a great job. I'm giving them their flowers.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
So they did pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Defense on all four teams did pretty good when you look at how the actual game played out. The scores could be deceiving. I'm looking at the both teams. If you look at the Ravens and if you look at the 49ers, you can see that they had a week off and they looked sluggish for a second there. And of course the Niners, the weather and all of that, but you got to still give it up to play calling, play design, and preparation and preparing. And the reason why we are live right now, I just got to pull this up. Salute to Prize Picks, and they took good care of me today. And by me using these selections today, we were able to get out $2,500. You know, we went with Dontavion Wicks, less than 32 yards. That's crazy. They had that brother getting 32 yards, and he didn't even play a snap, it looked like. You know, I seen him try to throw one ball to him, and he didn't know what to do with it, you know. And they had this one crazy with Aaron Jones for 15 attempts, and I'm sitting here like, what? 15 attempts? Yeah, I go with more than that. And then they had Christian McCaffrey, which they had him at less than 18, right? So I went with less than 18, and they almost got close to that one. But neither here nor there. Salute to Prize Picks. You can do the same. The information is in the description box. And download the app and use promo code LAW. Follow my picks, and you would have been on the plus side of $2,500 just like us today. But I want to get to the other news that's circulating around. We still won, right? Win. I want to get to the conversational piece that a lot of people were talking about just last night before I got ready to close my eyes last night. A lot of people were talking about the quarterback here. And it was brought to you by C. Dangerous Lamb Mom, who stated and put out a statement piece that Dak Prescott ain't it, basically. That he ain't it, or he isn't him, or whatever it may be. I'm going to pull that up so I can give you accurate connotations to that. And salute to the people, man, that hit me up with that, you know, and I get it, right? You know, I said to myself, I hope that this was Photoshopped, right? And it wasn't. It was the actual truth. And let me see if I can find that right quick. Appreciate everybody, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. So many people wanted to know, Law, what's your thoughts on this? And it says here from my guy, Nick, he says, CeeDee Lamb mother was/is not happy with Dak Prescott as the star turns. I do love that.
Not the one who made the rules, right? Do it, right? Do it.
I like as the star turns, you know. We'll return for the second half of Days of Our Lives just in a moment, right? And she said Dak isn't it, basically. And I get it, right? This is a contract year. This is her son, her baby boy. Y'all know, man. Mama knows, man. And when Mama said, and Mama said, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, my mom will go to the edge of the earth for her boys, right? So I can only imagine CeeDee Lamb's mom is looking at this situation that y'all picking on her son, and y'all saying that the son is soft like cottonelle and he's running the wrong routes. So Mama knows, man, and you get one of them baby boys, shoot, you just a baby boy. I've been running the streets. Come on, man. Shoot. You know, baby boy, shoot, he always went back to Mama and them house. So that's who CeeDee Lamb may be. He may be the baby boy. He may be that. But at the end of the day, when a mom is frustrated, there's two things that can happen. It can be for the betterment of CeeDee, or it can be for the worst of him. And I don't know. They said reports out saying that she eventually took all of that down, and some people had add this into it. and said that basically it happened right after the game. So tempers flare, right? Frustration is everywhere, right? But the problem is we would not be able to get beyond this point until next year. And I can argue that we would not get beyond this point until until it says the year 2025, because you got to go through the whole entire year. You got to go through training camp, and which is a long off season, is long, baby. And you know, it is what it is. Chanel says, listen, Law, tell CD Mom without Dak throwing her son, he would not have broken the Dallas Cowboys record. Also, CD Mom, CD Mother, is that Dak did not sit in the fourth quarter. Some games, CD would have had 2,000 yards. Yep. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way situation there. And I'm going to tell you, you know, it's crazy because people, they would never let this down, and they're going to use this because what happened here is the Cowboys getting ready for the playoff this week. We were not playing, but this was the lead-in story for all of the 3-letter to 4-letter networks. And today's game was pretty good. They wasn't talking about that today. They wasn't talking about CJ and the Ravens, and they wasn't talking about the ramifications of the Packers and the 49ers, you know. So it goes that way. And I hope that whatever could be resolved could be resolved. All I can say is Dak Prescott hit up CD's mom and just take out to eat something, you know. Whatever you do, don't take her to Cheesecake Factory, but just take her out to eat somewhere. Maybe y'all can sit down and have an agreement from there and move it on from there. You know, teammates, team together, everyone achieves more. And what they need to do is also establish this right here. Be like a knot on a rope. And a knot on a rope is if you don't have each other, you know, just have each other, you know. Because with that knot on a rope, and let me clear it up a little bit. Like a knot on a rope, when the opposing forces pull, you get tighter. And I want this team to be tighter. Even if it's a situation like it is right now. Let me see if I can find the other detailings of the news that's been going around. It appears that that's been going crazy here. And it's been my guy, Tad. And Tad Prescott, the brother of Dak Prescott, he's also in the news and bumping his gums or what have you. And Tad Prescott states this: the drama for your mama, baby. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll get to all of the super chats in a few. Lamb, a.k.a. Butter. Come on, leave Lamb alone, man. Y'all leave Lamb alone. Cowboy fans, why continue to DM me? Trust me, if I could get Dak Prescott to leave Dallas, I would. I, too, want him out of Dallas. The city and the organization have been great to him and our family, you know. But done with the drama and so-called fans. But he loves his team, and he wants to bring a ring. You know, that's some bars right there. So I fixed it up a little bit for him. So basically he's saying, Tad Prescott to the people, is that if he could, he would get Dak Prescott out of the city of Dallas. But at the end of the day, the organization been nice to him, been good to him. He's been good to them. But Dak Prescott loved his team, and he would love to bring a ring. So that's Dak Prescott wordings at the end. He said that Dak Prescott loved his team, and he would love to bring a ring to the team. But, you know, there's a great divide amongst a lot of fans on Dak Prescott and the way, you know, he's been pictured or revered to a lot of people. And I get it. You know, we starving for a championship. And I tell people all the time that this right here, success is subjective. A lot of people say, nah, success is success, you know. But 12-5, 12-5 here, 12-5 here is not successful in the Cowboys world because we got nothing to show for it. Right? 12-5 in Atlanta land, shoot. If they go 12-5 every year in Atlanta, shoot. Atlanta be happy right now. The Panthers, shoot, they'll be very ecstatic. The Washington team, oh my God, man, Louis T would never hush, man. 12-5 every year. Bad Dog, if he go 12-5 every year, look, we seen what's going on with the Eagles right now. Shoot, they haven't been 12-5, 12-5, 12-5 3 years consecutive, but you get them to start winning like they are now, it's hard to find Eagles fans to hush. You know what I'm saying? They probably watching right now. You know, Kathy says 12-5 is boring. Yes, yeah, man, shoot. Let Cleveland Brown go 12-5 3 years in a row. Shoot. Arizona Cardinals, man, let them go 12-5. But for us, it's a very thing that we look at and we say, all right, man, hey, we got to win the Super Bowl at least at one of these 12-5 stops. And now we got to accept the fact that, right now, we watching. We watching. We flat out watching, y'all. Sergeant Thomas said Louis T be on, Cloud 9 don't have nothing on him where he would be at. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm not trying to tell y'all not to be happy or to be happy about this whole situation, because here's the thing. I know that we can be better. I know that we can flat out be better. We can be better than what we are right now. I know that. I know we are not living up to our potentials. I know that coaching matters. I know that players matters. When I look at these games today, you can clearly see, even with the CJ today, for the Texans, they didn't have a run game today. They didn't. And it showed and it displayed. Yeah, they got a chance to beat the Browns, but today they didn't beat the doggone Ravens because they couldn't pair up a run game. So on the road, what things travel? Defense and run game. And when you start to really look into details of football, you would say, hey, C.J. Stroud is a real good quarterback, but he still needs. Do he still needs? So he needed a run game, and they looked very competitive. At one point, they was 10-10. But what most people would say is that, no, those are just excuses. No. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe? Linebackers matter today, didn't they? The two teams that won today, you can point out the linebackers played a pivotal role into those situations. How many safeties were playing linebackers, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, Houston got exposed. I feel you on that, you know. Yeah. So linebackers do matter, man. And I love the campaign that my guy is starting. You know, Jay Tuck. Shout out to him, Cowboys Fan Talk. Appreciate him, man. My guy Jay Tuck is starting the campaign off early. He told me to look up Adrian Cooper for those who are looking for film to come out and me doing this stream earlier. There's only one me. So if I'm giving you guys tape on a player, it's going to take time, right? I just can't just shoot out a tape without studying said player. So right now I'm studying Adrian, you know, not James, but Cooper. Let me know if you guys like of the other tape that I put out earlier today. They call him Meatloaf. Hook 'em, Texas Longhorn. You know, they didn't take a quick second to glance at him and to just look through a few games. No, you had to really dive into film. You got to study. You got to read. Yeah. Yes, indeed. And I get it, Chris Collins, Hot Boy 95. I'm thinking that you more of a Cowboys fan, Hot Boy 95. and Chris Collins. Dak is trash. CJ is better than Dak. Put it like this. In football, it doesn't matter, because this is the argument that a lot of people want to have. It doesn't matter who's better or who's not, right? Clearly, heads and shoulder, Peyton Manning was a better thrower, a better quarterback than Tom Brady, but Tom Brady was on a better team, right? It's clearly to show you that Trent Dilfer, Brad Johnson, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, none of those boys were better than Dan Marino, but all of those guys got rings, right? It's clear if you compare Jim Kelly numbers to Troy Aikman, Jim Kelly numbers run circles around Troy, but Troy in the postseason was a better quarterback than Jim Kelly can ever imagine, right? So it's not about who's better, it's about the team. And for those who continue to fight and say, hey, you got to have this, you got to have that, you still got to have a team. Look, when you seen the difference between the 49ers and Green Bay tonight is that Green Bay lost the game more so than the Niners won. That pick six should have happened. Savage said, hey, I don't want to be great today, and he dropped that pick six, right? And if the kicker knows how to kick, then the game would have been over with, right? The game would have been over with. We would have been talking about, hey, man, this lowest seed of the lowest seed that knocked out two of the mighty. They knocked out Dallas, they knocked out the 49ers, and they both did it on the road. But it's a matter of circumstances, and then that's what people will forget. And you have Emmanuel Acho out there saying, hey, Brock Purdy is a legend. Brock Purdy is a legend, and he dismissing CMC. If you go look up his tweets, he's not even mentioning CMC. CMC is a force multiplier. Even if you take CMC out of the picture, and I'm not trying to discount Brock Purdy, by the way, but if you take him out of the picture, I'm quite sure that they probably don't win this game, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why it's so important to have two things that I said. Defense, because that travels, run game. Those two things that goes together. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you got to have a complete team. You do. That's just how it goes. But, you know, the Cowboys are the only units that say we got a complete team when we really don't have one. And then when we get a complete team, that's when people all argue and say, hey, that's the only reason why we win it. Salute to Meatloaf right here. Tivande Sweat, that's his name. Be sure to check out his film assessment. Here's my points too with this. A lot of people will bang on the table and say, well, we don't need him, Law. We don't need the other guy that I presented film on as well because we got X, Y, and Z. Here's what I'm going to do with my off-season film approach. For right now, I have no particular order. I'm like sprinkling around. I might do a punt kicker the next day, you know what I'm saying, and break down film on him. There's about 280 some odd players that I'm going to do reviews on. It may be somebody in the 7th round, 6th round. It may be somebody that's going to be a for sure first round draft pick. But by the time that I get to them, I'm going to study them, and then I'm going to present it. So it's no particular order. But the next guy that I already told y'all is going to be Adrian Cooper. And we might get a chance to get him on the show, by the way. And we might get a chance, due to the affiliations that we have now, get some of these Texan Longhorn guys on the show. But that's a whole nother storyline. I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't worry. Just present the players that you want me to say, and I'm going to get to them. But don't trash these players, these young guys who's shouldn't be sit back to the mercy of you guys being such whiny fans about this team and take a dump on these guys before you even get a chance to have an opportunity. Like, for example, Tivande Sweat had nothing to do with Mozzie. Nothing to do with Mozzie. But don't fault this man for what Mozzie did, right? This is a whole different human being. Don't fault this man. Don't say, well, the last time we drafted a defensive interior guy, he was Mozzie, right? And he's going to be the same. No, don't do that to that kid. Don't do that to him. He don't deserve that. So that's what I wanted to say here. And like I said, here's all the 1,000 truths of it all, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are watching. We also got Tivondre, I'm messing up that man's name, is a dog. Yeah. Draft Archie next year. Well, if he's available, we going by BPA, best player available. Mozzie was a third drafted project. I feel you, man. Here's my thoughts on. Let me see who sent that super chat in, and I forgot to get to you earlier, and I really appreciate you if I can find it. If you did send that super chat in, just give me your name again and let me know so I can read it out. I apologize, I can't see it no more on my side. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say do not count moral victories or do not accept moral victories, we got our own issues. We got our own problems. And when Jerry Jones said today, talking about, or he said it last night or yesterday, whatever it may be, is I want Mike McCarthy to earn his contract. That's bullshit. Why is that bullshit, Law? Because that's the reality for all coaches. That's the reality for every player. They supposed to earn everything that they are even walking into. At the first start of the year, the general manager supposed to tell the staff, my position is to replace you. Because if I can't replace you with somebody better, then I'm going to be replaced. That should be the come to Jesus meeting, that they have. Right? And the coaching staff is supposed to say to these guys, hey, my position is to win games. My position is to develop you. But if I can't develop you quick enough to get out there on the field, then I'm going to be replaced. I'm going to end up not living throughout my contract. We got to win at all costs. That's just the bottom line. We got to get this quota going at all costs. That's the reality of it. You don't wait till the last hour and say, hey, my job is to now replace you. No, he should have already knew. He should have knew that before he even signed the paper, So at the end of the day, he's sitting at the tail end of his contract. What will be the goals, the objectives from there, So evidently, if he got to earn it, then it got to be something better than winning 12 and 5 games or 12 games, right? I think that even if you look at from what the Green Bay Packers were able to do, you can sit back and say, man, they were very much so a team that fought their ways through the end of this season here, got into the playoff, knocked off the Cowboys, made some ripples, and got to the divisional game. Even though they lost there, you can still say, hey, it's disappointing, right? Somebody in Green Bay right now, mad as all get out, right? I can't stand that kicker right now. I don't know who, Carlton, what's that kicker name? That kicker right now hiding under somebody's rock right now. He got to walk back to Green Bay. Yeah. Law Nation, Sports, Dez Bryant was right on point with that interview. Here's what I wanted to say too. I tried to avoid that conversation because I don't want people to be still bringing up that. But at times, sometimes you got to let people know that you know what you're talking about, right? A lot of people try to shank me with the butter knife with this whole conversational piece. And just to be fair, I'm finna bring it up just because you brought it up. You know, I'll wait for somebody else to bring it up. But by you bringing it up, Carson is his name. Yeah. He got to walk back to Green Bay. David Lawrence, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, let me bring this up right here.
Get it and who's not. I don't know who exactly makes those decisions. But I can also speak for another time. It was the week Amari Cooper got there, and Sanjay Lau was one of my favorite receiver coaches ever. Really good coach, knows what he's doing, right? He comes in there, and he told me straight up, he was like, hey, I'm just letting you know the big man, Jerry and Steven, are up there pushing to get Amari the rock this game. So I'm just letting you know. So I don't want y'all to get frustrated. Be ready for it. And I'm like, all right, cool. In that game, it was versus the Tennessee Titans. We forced the ball to him and turned Dak threw picks forcing to him. And, so I know they do it. So he's not lying about that. And whether it's to keep contract, I mean, it probably is to keep contract money down. Cause
I'm not seeking an apology from anyone. I just know what I'm talking about.
Like, this motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
They definitely have control over who's getting it and who's not.
Shout out to Cole Beasley, man, and shout out to Ben and Skin for at least sitting there saying, all right, bro, I got your back, bro. Let me pull up this audio right quick. And salute to those who doubt me, man. That's look, I tell people all the time, man, I'm not here to seek apologies, man. And those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. I learned long enough. We learned long enough, man, that you're going to always have people upset and angry, and you're going to have the people to have the mindset need to be right. Need to be right. It's one of those things that I got to be right. Like, look, if I'm wrong, I'm going to say, look, man, I'm wrong. I apologize. Hey, let's move on forward from it. You right. Let's keep it moving. Hey, just like with my guy Darius, hey, man, he was right all year long about Mike McCarthy. I've sat back. I fought the man. And then at the end, hey, he right. He right. And at this point, we can try to twist it and say, no, this and that. But those are absolute excuses. When we got a chance to see teams that played today, they were prepared. They were ready for the moment. They had schemes put into place. They had things to take away if this were to happen. That last drive by the 49ers, it was going to be, hey, either they going to score the touchdown or not. If they can't kick a field goal, they got to score a tub to win that game. And then after they scored that tub, it was 1 minute and 7 seconds left on the clock. Their defense had to stand tall or not at all. That's big trust right there. And every play was calculated and every play was measured properly. So that's just what it is. So when you have a coaching organization that fool around and they move lethargic and they're not banging on the table to go out there and get those acquisitions, to go out there and make those trades, and I said this before, I get with what my guy MJ is saying. Shout out to him. MJ is Marv. He called in and said, you can't put that on the owners. Well, if the owners hire the coaches and the coaches are not delivering, then who do you put that on? Only the players? That's like me buying a Corolla and sitting there trying to race it on the Indy 500. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't finish in the place that I'm supposed to finish, now I'm sitting here saying, hey, man, don't blame the Corolla. Blame the, you know what I'm saying? Don't blame the Corolla. Don't blame the driver. No, who bought it? Who had the ability to make things change just like that? Shout out to you, KD, for becoming a sponsor. So, I mean, it's common sense, man. You fool around and you have kids and you don't take them to school, right? And you realizing, hey, I'm not taking them to school, and the truant officer gonna knock on your door. They're gonna arrest you, or they're gonna take the kids from you because you're not being an adequate adult. And what I'm looking at, when I look at the Ravens, they did anything and everything they could to make sure that their team could stay afloat. They went and got Darius Cooks. What was his name? Dalvin Cook, my bad. Dalvin Cooks. They went and got Jadeveon Clowney. I said Giovanni Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney acquisition. I remember, I'm old enough to remember, I was telling y'all we should go get Clowney, and y'all got to see, that's one thing that y'all need to stop doing too. Y'all got to stop calling people trash. Y'all got to stop calling people wash. Y'all call Clowney wash. Man, he's wash, Lord. He good. If you don't need him, he's trash. I'm sitting there like, all right, cool. At least what's my stance is, bring him in for a cup of coffee. Bring him in for a cup of coffee. You know, oh, man, we shouldn't get rid of those picks for Roquan. You know, he ain't going to be, look what Roquan did the other day, today. Yeah, and stop calling rookies bust, you know. But, you know, I'm looking all across. Now, Randy Gregory did have a Randy Gregory sighting today. But it was offsetting penalties, though. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, did the 49ers allow, if the 49ers didn't make the acquisition for CMC, if the 49ers didn't make the acquisition for Randy Gregory, if the 49ers didn't make the acquisition for Chase, if the 49ers didn't, don't you see all of those guys? Those are not homegrown guys. They want to win. They ain't sitting on their hands. They made the acquisition to go get these guys that can make some movement for them so they can make pivotal plays and pivotal moments. That's all I'm saying. But, you know, I know it's 12:26 where I'm at. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I wanted to go over my Prize Picks winnings and salute to Prize Picks for being one of the sponsors of these type of shows, especially while our season is over with. They've been taking good care of us. Salute to them, Prize Picks, and all what they do and all what they bring to the table. Cowboy Nation, I thank all of you guys for being who y'all are too. But we gonna get on up out of here. I know it's late. Y'all get some rest and look for some film sessions to come out a little later on tonight. Well, not tonight. Tomorrow. We'll talk about some film, some Edgerrin Cooper. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Thank all of y'all. Be sure to hit the like, share this content. Let's continue to grind, to shine. Baby, let's go. I feel you, Kathy. Dak, a.k.a. the choker. Well, he at this point, he ain't got nobody in his room. He don't got nobody, you know, but only a few. And right now, ain't nothing we can do. We ain't finna eat $60 million. No. Jerry ain't finna eat $60 million. No way. Y'all think Jerry gonna eat that $60 million? Ain't no way. Ain't no way he gonna eat that $60 million. No. Jerry still got, Jerry looking at this, man, is that this, look, he's on borrowed time right now. That's how he looking at it. That's for real, right hand to the man. Shoot, Jerry looking at it like, man, I borrowed and scraped money to buy this organization. Didn't even have the money, had to steal, rob Pete, pay Paul. And this organization is about 8 to $9 billion would it be? And y'all think the fans gonna squeeze me out? Shoot. Dude, 82 years old, man. Y'all think he gonna change? So he's looking at it like, all right, cool. McCarthy, final year of his contract. Dak Prescott, final year of his contract. And if my guy, Trey Lance, can do something, then he better prove it. Not just going to just give him the keys without earning it. Shoot. Without competing for it? That's crazy. That's crazy. They don't do that around here, y'all. So, at least got to see what he can do. That's what they gonna do, and that's the wisest thing, you know. Let him fight for it. Let him see what he can do against competition, not to give anybody a handout. So it is what it is. The background music still too loud. I thought I'd turn it down a little bit. How about now? Is it still too loud? It probably is still too loud, huh? What about now? Can y'all hear me better now over it? Because I want the overlay to say that when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. And that's what the Cowboys need to do, continue to figure out ways to fight. Fight it all the way through. Keep your head high all the way through the finish. And fight. That's all we need. And I'm pissed off, yes. We supposed to be playing this weekend. We supposed to be playing tomorrow, man. So it is what it is. But I refuse, because I'm a fighter at heart. I was rocking these before Jerry bought the team. So at the end of the day, y'all gonna have to fall in line. He was telling everybody else to toe the line. Well, hey, he gonna have to toe the line over here. I ain't finna roll up on my team like that. No. Some of y'all can. And hey, it's crazy. I'm seeing people who bought the jerseys, right, and already spent their money and burning it. That's the foolish thing to even see. You done already paid that. You done already paid your money. They done already received the money. Can't make this stuff up, but come on, baby. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. Be sure that y'all know that it is this season right here. Draft season, baby. DC for life, not for short. We out. Salute. Hey, give me your top 5 or top 10 draft picks for the 2024 season, and we'll be looking at those guys. Salute.